Pyramids are timeless monuments of human ingenuity. Their design, purpose, and meaning continue to fascinate us, revealing how far ancient builders could reach. Even today, they stand as silent witnesses to the rise and fall of entire civilizations. Pyramids, those iconic structures that have fascinated us for centuries. They hold a multitude of mysteries and secrets. They stand as marvels of engineering too, revealing the ingenuity of ancient civilizations. From the awe-inspiring Giza pyramids to lesser-known pyramids across the globe, their history is riddled with intrigue. Join me as we uncover the top 15 most incredible pyramid facts. Let's begin with number 15, constructing the Great Pyramid. The construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza required an astounding 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons each. The logistics of this undertaking were remarkable, considering the limited tools and methods available to the ancient Egyptians. The construction materials used for this pyramid were sourced from various locations, reflecting ancient Egyptians' extensive trade networks. Limestone, granite, and mortar were the primary components, with limestone blocks amounting to a staggering 5.5 million tons, granite weighing 8,000 tons, and mortar adding up to 500,000 tons. The limestone blocks, which were formed from the fossils of prehistoric shelled creatures, were quarried from a central field at Giza, just south of the pyramid. Transporting the white limestone casing from the Tura quarries, located about 6.5 miles to the east of the Giza Plateau, was facilitated by boats sailing across the Nile. These granite stones, some weighing between 25 to 80 tons, were brought in from Aswan, a journey spanning over 560 miles to the south. The ancient Egyptians employed ingenious techniques for cutting these stones, utilizing methods such as hammering grooves into the natural stone faces, inserting wooden wedges, and then leveraging water absorption to break off workable chunks. The logistics of transporting these heavy materials involved river transport via the Nile, underscoring the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of engineering and logistics. In terms of the workforce, recent discoveries at nearby workers' camps suggest that the Great Pyramid was built by thousands of conscript laborers, challenging the notion of slave labor proposed by ancient Greek sources. Graffiti found at the site implies the presence of organized groups of laborers, known as zeo, comprising 40 men each. Modern archaeological experiments based on the tools and methods discovered in an abandoned quarry linked to Khufu's reign suggest that about 3,500 quarry workers could have produced about 250 blocks per day needed for the Great Pyramid's completion within the 27-year time frame of Khufu's rule. Additionally, construction management studies estimate that the project required an average workforce of approximately 13,200 people, with a peak workforce of around 40,000. Showing the massive scale of manpower involved in the construction of this ancient wonder. 14. The Bent Pyramid. The Bent Pyramid, located in the royal necropolis of Dahshur, Egypt, is an extraordinary ancient structure renowned for its unique architectural features and the mysteries surrounding its construction. Built during the Old Kingdom of Egypt under the rule of Pharaoh Seneferu, the Bent Pyramid is a prime example of the ingenuity and architectural experimentation of the ancient Egyptians. The most striking feature is the distinct change in angle, giving it a bent appearance that sets it apart from other pyramids. Originally constructed with a steep inclination of approximately 54 degrees, the pyramid's angle abruptly shifts to a more gradual 43 degrees at a specific point. This sudden alteration in the slope has led to speculation among archaeologists and historians about the reasons behind this choice. Some theories suggest that the change in angle was a result of engineering concerns, possibly related to the stability of the structure or materials used, while others propose it might have been an intentional architectural experiment. Change the angle and see what happens. The Bent Pyramid's distinctiveness extends beyond its construction, encompassing its relationship with the surrounding landscape. German archaeologists Nicole Alexanian and Felix Arnold proposed a new perspective on the pyramid's significance in their work, The Complex of the Bent Pyramid as a Landscape Design Project. In it, they highlighted how the pyramid, situated in a pristine desert area rather than the typical Nile River-adjacent fertile land, indicates intentional landscape alteration, with the pyramid's plateau seemingly artificially leveled. Number 13. The pyramids of China represent a collection of ancient pyramid-shaped mounds located primarily in the Shaanxi, Hunan, and Hebei provinces of China. While they're not as well known as the Egyptian pyramids, they hold significant historical and cultural value, raising plenty of intriguing questions and mysteries. The existence of these pyramids has intrigued historians and archaeologists for centuries, with the first recorded observations dating back to the accounts of the Jesuit missionaries in the 17th century. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that systematic investigations began, led by researchers such as William Goodrich, who conducted extensive surveys on the pyramids in the early 20th. One of the most remarkable aspects of these Chinese pyramids is their age, as some of these structures are believed to date back over 2 millennia, with origins tracing back to the Western Han Dynasty, so 202 BCE to 9 CE, and continuing through the Tang Dynasty 618 to 907 CE. The exact purpose and builders of these pyramids does remain a subject of debate, with theories suggesting they were constructed as royal tombs or burial mounds for emperors and nobility, serving as massive commemorative structures to honor the ruling dynasties. But what makes these pyramids so special, so wildly Chinese, is their sheer number. It's estimated that there are over 300 of them, with many of them still relatively unexplored. Some of the pyramids exhibit unique architectural features, such as complex underground passages and chambers, reflecting the rich cultural and historical significance of the dynasties that ruled China during ancient times. Ongoing research and archaeological excavations continue to unravel the mystery surrounding these intriguing monuments, shedding light on the rich cultural heritage and historical legacy of ancient China. Number 12. The Bosnian pyramids, located in Visoko, Bosnia and Herzegovina, have generated considerable controversy and debate in the field of archaeology, and among enthusiasts since their discovery in the early 2000s. Initially proposed by Bosnian businessman and amateur archaeologist Samir Osmanagic, these structures have been the subject of intense scrutiny and skepticism from the international archaeological community. Osmanagic has claimed that the hills in Visoko, initially thought to be natural formations, are in fact ancient human-made pyramids, surpassing the scale of the Egyptian pyramids. He has named the largest of these structures the Pyramid of the Sun, citing its purported geometric alignment and construction as evidence of its artificial origin. Other significant features in the area include the Pyramid of the Moon and the Bosnian Dragon, as well as a network of underground tunnels, which he has suggested may be part of an ancient pyramid complex. Despite Samir's assertions, the overwhelming consensus among the broader scientific community is that the Bosnian pyramids are in fact natural geological formations, rather than human-made structures. Archaeologists, geologists, and other experts have thoroughly examined the sites and have found no credible evidence to support the claims of their artificial origin. The controversy surrounding the Bosnian pyramids highlights the significance of critical thinking and rigorous scientific investigation in archaeological research. While the enthusiasm for discovering ancient civilizations and lost histories is commendable, it's essential to rely on verifiable evidence and expert analysis to accurately assess and interpret historical sites. 11. Ancient security systems. When it came to Egypt, grave robbery ran rampant for a time. Kings, queens, pharaohs, nobles, and all of the rich and powerful were buried along with all of their worldly possessions to keep them glamorous in the afterlife. So naturally, the living wanted a piece of the pie. But it wasn't as simple as just busting into the place and robbing it blindly, because the people who built these tombs often incorporated security measures. People have found tombs with special rooms that lead to nowhere, just like the Winchester Mansion, and false walls to keep thieves guessing. There are false floors that break as soon as the would-be thief steps on them, dropping them down into either the dark abyss below, pikes, or spears. How ironic that these final resting places were full of death traps. Even the pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb was found underneath another tomb. Everyone, I guess, was looking for eternal rest, and if you're not going to get it and someone comes knocking on your door of your mausoleum, I guess you need to have traps out there. But one of the craziest security systems was found in none other than the Great Pyramid, where the pharaoh took the utmost of precautions. His council constructed a series of granite blocks and grooves along the walls that could slide into place to block the entrance to his chamber. This does sound like something out of a movie, but the real question is, did this 1,000-year-old safe work? Well, unfortunately not quite. When researchers delved deep into the Great Pyramid, they found that most of the place had been looted, only finding an empty sarcophagus. But conspiracy theorists love ancient Egypt, which is why many of them postulate that this empty sarcophagus is just simply a decoy, with the true remains hiding even deeper within the pyramid. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's dagger in his tomb in the Valley of Kings in Egypt remains veiled in an aura of mystery and intrigue. It casts a shadow over the ancient world. Number 10. The dagger. Unearthed in 1925 by the famed British archaeologist Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon, the dagger, crafted with intricate gold hilt and ornate sheath, captivated the imagination of the world with its enigmatic origins and historical significance. Tucked amidst a trove of other precious artifacts, the dagger's placement suggested its symbolic and ceremonial importance, hinting at the intricate rituals and beliefs that define the ancient Egyptian funerary practices. However, what truly enveloped the discovery in a shroud of mystery was the composition of the dagger itself. Analyses conducted in 2016 revealed the iron used in its construction was found to have a high nickel content, a characteristic consistent with meteoric origins. This astonishing find unveiled the Egyptians' deep understanding of metallurgy and their ability to harness materials from the cosmos, evoking speculation about the pharaoh's connection to celestial forces and the mystical powers attributed to the heavens. The implications of the extraterrestrial origins of the iron dagger continue to provoke questions and theories about the ancient Egyptians' relationship with the celestial realm. Some have pondered whether the dagger held ritual significance, acting as a conduit to the gods or serving as a symbol of divine authority wielded by the pharaoh himself. Others have postulated that its cosmic origins signified King Tutankhamun's connection to a higher realm, invoking a sense of awe and reverence for the young ruler and the secrets he took with him to his eternal rest. The alignment of the Great Pyramid of Giza with certain celestial bodies, including constellations, has long been a subject of fascination and debate among historians, archaeologists, and astronomers. While some theories propose deliberate celestial alignments, others attribute the alignments to practical considerations of ancient Egyptian architects and builders. One of the most prominent theories regarding the alignment of the Great Pyramid involves its orientation towards a specific celestial object. Some researchers suggest that the southern shafts within the pyramid were aligned with astronomical precision, pointing towards key stars at the time of the pyramid's construction. The southern shafts were believed to have been aligned with the positions of important stars such as Sirius, which held significant religious and symbolic importance in ancient Egyptian cosmology. Additionally, there are theories proposing a connection between the layout of the Giza complex and the constellation of Orion. The positioning of the three main pyramids at Giza is thought to mirror the arrangement of the stars in the Orion constellation, with the three pyramids representing the three stars in Orion's belt. The theory has sparked extensive research and discussion, with some experts highlighting the significance of this alignment in ancient Egyptian religious beliefs, and the role of pharaohs as celestial beings. However, it is important to note that the alignment theories regarding the pyramids remain speculative, and some scholars argue that the alignments might have been a result of practical considerations, such as the orientation of the pyramid sides to the cardinal points, or the use of astronomical observations for religious or agricultural purposes. Despite all the ongoing debates, the alignment of the Great Pyramid with celestial bodies continues to spark intrigue and fascination, highlighting the ancient Egyptians' sophisticated knowledge of astronomy and their reverence for the celestial realm. 8. The Pyramid Text. The pyramid texts carved onto the walls of burial chambers in ancient Egyptian pyramids represent a significant cultural and religious legacy that provides some pretty interesting insights into the spiritual beliefs and practices of one of the world's oldest civilizations. These ancient texts, dating back to the Old Kingdom, about 2686 to 2181 BCE, are considered to be among the earliest religious compositions known to humanity, offering a profound glimpse into the intricate religious cosmology and funerary rituals of the ancient Egyptians. Composed of a collection of spells, hymns, and incantations, the pyramid texts were intended to guide and protect the pharaohs in their journey to the afterlife, ensuring their successful transition to the realm of the gods. These sacred texts were believed to grant divine pharaohs the knowledge and power necessary to navigate the perilous underworld, attain immortality, and join the ranks of the deities in the celestial realm. The elaborate religious ceremonies and beliefs embedded within these texts underscores the ancient Egyptians' deep-seated reverence for the divine. The pyramid texts encompass a wide array of themes, ranging from cosmological concepts to ritualistic formulas and prayers, providing a comprehensive framework for understanding the ancient Egyptian perception of the afterlife. They detail the elaborate rituals performed during the pharaoh's burial and emphasize the importance of preserving the physical body and the soul for its journey through the duat, the realm of the dead, towards divine rebirth and eventual transcendence into the company of the gods. These sacred texts offer profound insights into the ancient Egyptians' complex understanding of the universe, their veneration of celestial deities, and their belief in the eternal and divine rulership of the pharaohs. The pyramid texts not only serve as a spiritual guide for the deceased pharaohs, but also reflect the central role of religion and the divine in shaping every aspect of ancient Egyptian society. Moving on to number 7. The Red Pyramid. The Red Pyramid, located in Dahshur, Egypt, stands as one of the most prominent ancient Egyptian pyramids. It's known mostly for its distinctive red limestone construction. Built during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom around 2580 BCE, the Red Pyramid is one of the earliest examples of true pyramids, serving as a precursor to the more renowned structures at Giza. I guess because we all have to start somewhere. The pyramid gets its name from the reddish hue of the limestone blocks used in its construction, giving it a unique and striking appearance. It was commissioned by Pharaoh Seneferu, a ruler known for his ambitious building projects and innovative designs. The Red Pyramid, believed to have been built as a royal burial tomb, represents a significant milestone in the evolution of pyramid construction. One of the distinguishing features of this pyramid is its smooth-sided appearance, setting it apart from the step-sided designs of earlier pyramids. The careful construction and precise alignment of the Red Pyramid's sides reflect the advanced engineering capability of the ancient Egyptians. The smooth outer surface of the pyramid is composed of polished limestone blocks, not only adds to its aesthetic, but also serves as a testament to craftsmanship. The Red Pyramid's historical significance is highlighted by its association with the nearby Bent Pyramid, forming a part of the extensive necropolis in Dessauer. The discovery of this pyramid alongside other structures in the area was made in the 19th century by the renowned Prussian Egyptologist Karl Richard Lepsius, who conducted extensive surveys and documentation of ancient Egyptian monuments. 6. The pyramids of Karal. Coastal Peru is a landscape of deep-cut ravines and the glacial melt of Andes-spawned rivers, cascading through narrow, arid corridors to the awaiting Pacific Ocean. If you look at a modern roadmap of the country, you'll see a network of highways cutting northeast through the mountains, linking the high plateau of the Amazonian interior to the dry cliffs overlooking the sea. These present-day roads mimic the footpaths of ancient peoples who migrated to South America and sought their own routes to the coast, finding fertile, protected valleys along the way. We don't yet exactly know when these people first arrived in what is now Peru, but we do know when they built the civilization at Karal, 2627 BC. And that date, in a word, is pretty amazing. The year 2627 BC, the oldest known pyramid in the world, the Pyramid of Djoser in Egypt, had just celebrated its 20th birthday. The Great Pyramid of Giza had not yet broken ground, and the foundation of early Chinese civilization was still 500 years away. The Olmecs, the precursors to the Incas and Aztecs and previously regarded as the earliest culture in the Americas, wouldn't be around for over a millennium. The start of classical Greece was still 2,000 years in the future, and ancient Rome wasn't even a thing. Much like those in Egypt, the 6 pyramids of Karal are oriented to the stars, so we know astronomy and mathematics were studied there. The builders of Karal had full knowledge of fluid dynamics, earthquake prevention and rudimentary chemistry. They also traded across great distances, with evidence of shells from Ecuador, minerals from Bolivia, and funerary practices borrowed from Chile. Yet there's no indication that the Karal civilization ever manufactured weapons or built defensive walls, truly an enigma among the world's earliest civilizations. And they did all of this: pyramids, trade, chemistry, math, half a world away from many other groups that we know were building civilizations during this time. So, is Karal the oldest civilization in the world? Probably not, but it's certainly old enough to warrant a visit from those seeking the truly obscure places on Earth. 5. Secret doors. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the most iconic ancient structures in the world. It continues to captivate the imagination with its design and mysterious features. Among its many intriguing aspects, the presence of secret doors within the pyramid has fueled speculation and fascination among archaeologists and historians for centuries. One of the most renowned secret doors within the Great Pyramid is the so-called Jurtenbrink's door, discovered in 1993 by the German engineer Rudolf Jurtenbrink. Situated within the southern shaft of the Queen's Chamber, this door has drawn considerable attention due to its complex construction and purpose. While the door remains unopened to this day, its presence has sparked numerous theories about the hidden chambers and passages that might lie beyond it. In recent years, advancements in technology, like the use of robotic exploration and advanced scanning techniques, have provided unprecedented opportunities to investigate these mysteries. In fact, a recent robotic exploration uncovered hieroglyphs and intricate details behind these mysterious doors, shedding light on the monument's architecture. The images of markings and graffiti published in the Antiquities of Egypt hold a potential to decipher the purposes of the pyramid's once secret shafts, long speculated to lead to concealed chambers. Zahi Hawass, the head of the Jedi Project, coordinated a competition to select the most advanced robot for exploring the Great Pyramid's shafts. The Leeds University-designed robot surpassed the previous exploration limits, investigating the southern shaft leading to the door. Equipped with a bendable microsnake camera, the robot transmitted images of ancient markings and a masonry cutting mark adjacent to the figures, raising more questions than answers about their purpose. Theories abound about everything found inside the Great Pyramid. Earlier explorers like Howard Weiss, Piazzi Smith, and Flinders Petrie refer to the shafts as air channels, believing them to be early forms of air conditioning. Mark Lenner proposed the idea that the shafts were gateways to the stars, guiding the king's Ka after death. Number 4. Imhotep. When we look at the ancient Egyptian pyramids, it's easy to get lost in their grandeur. But we have to remember that someone actually designed them. One of the greatest Egyptian architects was Imhotep. He was so good, in fact, that he was deified after his death. One of the most influential figures in ancient Egyptian history was associated with both divine and earthly lineages, with varying accounts suggesting he was the son of an Egyptian woman and the architect Khenefer, or the son of the creator god Ta. Revered in later periods as a semi-divine being, Imhotep's multifaceted identity was intertwined with his significant contributions to Egyptian society and culture. His notable role as an esteemed high official in the court of Pharaoh Djoser of the Third Dynasty is underscored by the inscription of his name and titles on Djoser's statue at Saqqara, indicating his crucial involvement in the completion of the pharaoh's funerary complex. Imhotep's innovative architectural prowess is exemplified in the construction of the step pyramid at Saqqara, considered the earliest monumental structure made from cut stone in Egypt. His legacy extends beyond architecture to encompass his roles as a philosopher, administrator, and healer. The late bronze figurines of Imhotep depict him in a seated scribe position, implying a level of intellectualism. As an honored philosopher and revered author, Imhotep was included among the esteemed ancient sages of Egyptian literature. Also regarded as a priest and a healer, Imhotep was associated with the Greek god of medicine, Asclepius, further solidifying his legendary status. His influence extended to the establishment of temples and schools dedicated to healing and magic, serving as places of pilgrimage for the sick and childless. The ancient architect and thinker was given new life over the years on the silver screen. Number 3. The concept of the afterlife in Egypt evolved over the years, depicted as a joyful eternal existence mirroring one's earthly life without any hardships. The afterlife was imagined as a realm where the soul could relish familiar activities such as strolling by a favorite stream, or engaging in daily tasks like plowing fields, consuming food and drink, and sharing moments with loved ones. To ensure this eternal paradise, tombs were furnished with grave goods, cherished possessions, food and drink for the departed soul. Despite criticisms of these practices as grave robbing, they were viewed as a means to preserve the deceased memory forever, adhering to ancient Egyptian beliefs. These offerings varied depending on one's social standing, with the wealthier individuals having elaborate goods, including exquisitely crafted objects, valuable trinkets, and specific food. The significance of these grave goods lay not in showcasing the status of the deceased, but in ensuring their comfort in the afterlife. In addition to provisions, they included a chapel with an offerings table, where family members left food for the soul to absorb, ensuring a perpetual bond between the living and the dead. Beer was a common offering, believed to be the drink of the gods, symbolizing communion between the living and the deceased. Another crucial item was the Shabti doll, an artifact placed in tombs to carry out tasks for the soul, allowing the deceased to enjoy leisure activities, while the Shabti fulfilled their responsibilities. Shabti dolls were created for various social classes, reflecting their status and providing a sense of luxury and comfort in the afterlife. While beliefs regarding the afterlife briefly shifted during the Middle Kingdom, emphasizing the value of present life, the idea of an eternal paradise remained a constant in Egyptian culture. This belief in an afterlife where souls reunited with loved ones and pets sustained a cultural practice of preserving the dead with their beloved possessions and ensuring their comfort in the realm beyond. Number 2. Failed demolitions. Can you imagine a world without the Egyptian pyramids? Well, there was a long time ago when someone had that exact notion. The Pyramid of Menkaure, the smallest of the 3 main pyramids at the Giza complex, was built as the burial place for Pharaoh Menkaure during the 4th dynasty of Egypt. However, it was never fully completed, with several granite casing blocks left rough and unfinished, likely due to the pharaoh's death. In a notable event during AD 1196, Sultan Al-Aziz Uthman attempted to demolish the pyramids, resulting in a large vertical gash on the north face. Built on the Giza Plateau, the pyramid's construction utilized limestone and Aswan granite. It was smaller in size due to its limitations in available space and the use of distant granite quarries, unlike other pyramids that predominantly used local limestone. Over time, the pyramids became a source of building materials, leading to the removal of their casing stones. However, the attempt to dismantle the Pyramid of Menkaure in the late 12th century AD marked a significant turning point in its history. The Sultan, seeking to remove the ancient pagan monuments from the landscape, initiated the failed demolition effort. Despite 8 months of labor, the workers encountered significant challenges as the sturdy pyramid structure made the task arduous and costly. Similar attempts to remove the ancient pagan structures had happened in different historical contexts, reminiscent of the fate of various Roman temples after the Christian conversion. It should go without saying that the Egyptian pyramids are some of the coolest, most iconic feats of engineering of all time. They draw tens of thousands of visitors a year, and scientists, researchers, adventurers, and even grave robbers who have been fawning over these forever. Thankfully, the Sultan failed miserably, because the world just wouldn't be the same otherwise. 1. Sacred geometry. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu or the Pyramid of Cheops, is one of the most iconic and mysterious structures in the world. It stands on the Giza Plateau in Egypt, near Cairo, and is the largest and oldest of the 3 pyramids in that complex. The Great Pyramid was built during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt around 2560 BCE as a grand mausoleum for the pharaoh Khufu. It was constructed using an estimated 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks, each weighing several tons. The construction process remains a subject of fascination and debate among Egyptologists and even engineers. The pyramid's precise construction methods, the source of the stone blocks, and the labor force involved are all still subjects of ongoing research. The Great Pyramid's design reveals a deep understanding of mathematics. The pyramid's base, the perimeter divided by its height, yields a value very close to the mathematical constant pi. Furthermore, the ratio of the pyramid's height to half its base is approximately equal to the golden ratio. This precision suggests that the ancient Egyptians intentionally incorporated these mathematical principles into the pyramid's design to double down on the cosmic significance and divine status of the pharaoh. One of the most astonishing aspects of the Great Pyramid is its precise construction. The massive stone blocks were fitted together with such accuracy that the gaps between them are often less than 1/50th of an inch, and some have suggested that the entire structure was built to within 1/8 of an inch of perfectly square. The alignment of the pyramid's sides with the cardinal points of the compass is incredibly accurate, and it's believed that ancient Egyptians used celestial objects such as stars to align the structure during construction. For thousands of years, pyramids have guarded the mysteries of the past. They remind us of human creativity, endurance, and the eternal quest to reach the divine.